Defence Minister Judith Collins says the arrival of 3 Chinese warships unannounced off the coast of Sydney is a wake-up call for the region. And she's warning New Zealanders we can't have economic security without national security. New Zealand and Australia continue to monitor the warships, which are the most sophisticated ever seen in these waters. Senior political correspondent Jenna Lynch has more.
Just 270 kilometres off the coast of Sydney, an unexpected sight. 3 Chinese warships have arrived unannounced.
Well, I think it's showing us that they can reach this part of the world. I think that's what I would say. It's really a capability show.
The HSS Te Kaha and a New Zealand Defence Force P8 Poseidon have been deployed to contribute to the joint New Zealand-Australia surveillance mission to monitor the Chinese vessels. Australia's Defence Minister told Sky News the ships had been watched since the moment they came close to Australia.
They have been abiding by international law, but there is no doubt that this is not unprecedented, but an unusual event. And just as they have a right to be in international waters, which is what they are doing, we have a right to be prudent and to make sure that we are surveilling them, which is what we are doing.
We're very aware that this is happening, and so that's why we keep an eye on it. And people might say, well, what else can we do? Well, there's nothing really, because there's the UN Convention of the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, which so far is not being broken.
Judith Collins says the ships are the most sophisticated naval vessels seen in southern waters, listing their capabilities.
32-cell vertical launch system, anti-ship cruise missile with a range of 135 nautical miles, torpedo carrying missiles, very fast ships. You're dealing with ships with very significant capability, plus one of their supply ships. So, yeah, it's certainly not something we've seen before.
The vessel's arrival comes following a trading of barbs between China and Australia last week, with the Australians accusing a Chinese jet of dropping flares within 30 metres of an Australian Air Force plane patrolling the South China Sea. Beijing hit back, saying the Australians had violated Chinese sovereignty and endangered Chinese national security.
Australia had quite a difficult situation rather recently, and when they were being surveilled themselves. So we're making sure that what we do is utterly within the normal range of activity.
It also comes following the Cook Islands signing a strategic deal with China in secret, raising the ire of New Zealand.
Do you believe it's a show of force by China?
Oh, it's not a term I would use. I'd certainly say it is a capability indicator to probably them and for them to show the rest of the world.
Collins has labelled the ship's appearance as a wake-up call. New Zealand can no longer lay complacent when it comes to national security.
I think New Zealand has worked on the basis that as long as we're economically secure, then that's it. But actually, there is no economic security without national security. And I think that we've seen events taking place in the Pacific which have caused some concern.
Concern that only continues to grow as China increases its footprint in the Pacific.